track conditions changing all the time, cars flipping, you know, close finishes, just high intensity.
What my best version to explain it is the cars are loud, the cars are fast, they're dangerous. One person is in control when you're out on the racetrack. There's 24 of them, and the drivers race as hard as they can for 30 laps straight.
I'm Tony Laporta, and fans, welcome to High Limit Sprint Car Racing.
High Limits, it's where it's at. It's a top series. I feel like the drivers, the guys that are, you know, on the road are obviously some of the best, and you're racing just as hard for 15th on back as you are for the win. And I mean, maybe even harder back there. So
I'm Justin Peck, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
I think it's going to be tough. I think, you know, you're going to see times when they might do super well, there might be podium or might get a win. Then, you know, a few weeks later, they might not make the show. So that's it's a challenging part of High Limit, and I think we're all looking forward to the challenge.
But to go out and be a part of National Series, be a part of the High Limit Series, race all over the country, you know, I love that aspect of it, and I'm just very honored to have the support of everybody back home.
And we're green.
It's cool to still race with these people, and it's going to be cool if, you know, one of us, of course, are going to come away the Rookie of the Year, so it's cool to be the first if that's going to be me.
Super blessed to have the opportunity and looking to put up a fight.
I'm Aaron Reitzel, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
High Limit Sprint Car Racing is high stakes, high rewards. Sprint cars are action-packed automobiles. Things happen fast, things happen out of control. You can be close to the action, it's dirty, it's loud, it rattles your brain, and you're not really sure what you're witnessing, but you know you like it.
I'm Tyler Courtney, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
My name is Chase Randall, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
After having to wait for 32 days between high limit races, you only have to wait one this time as we are back for night number 2 of the Stockyard Stampede here at the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway located in Fort Worth, Texas for race number 8 of 2025 with Kubota High Limit Racing. 31 sprint cars signed into the pit area here tonight, up from 28 on Thursday, so we did gain a couple of cars, and so that is always exciting. Got a great group of fans down in the grandstands right now. And speaking of the fans, I did want to show this off here. A fan in the pit area today made I think this is there's only 2 of these ever made. It's a Chase Rodman trading card. There's only 2 made because nobody else wants one. But I did think that was very, very cool right there. No, Tyler McKibben is not a holo like a Charizard in Pokemon. No, that is coming later. But no, very cool. Great to see all the fans here tonight. A lot of them back in the pit area checking out the race cars. Obviously, this race is in conjunction with NASCAR. They had an Xfinity race earlier on, won by Kyle Larson. Of course, he will be in the field tonight as well. So a lot of new fans checking out sprint car racing here tonight in Fort Worth, Texas. Now, let's take a look at the weather forecast for today. It is very, very good. 73 degrees right now, 8-mile-per-hour winds and clear skies. So really could not ask for a much better day to have some sprint car action here today in the great state of Texas. Now let's look at the race schedule. It's a lot of the same from what we saw here on Thursday night. Hot laps and qualifying will kick things off here this evening for the 31 cars. 3 heat races. Each race will be 8 laps in distance, and the top 6 will transfer to the main event. And of course, you're going to have 2 cars out of each of those going to the dash. We'll spin the wheel to find out who starts where in the dash. A 12-lap B-main, and tonight will be a 30-lap feature event paying $15,000 to win for the Stockyard Stampede. Now, here are some notable entries because we did mention we went from 28 to 31 cars, and so we did gain 4. We lost 1. We did lose Austin McCarl, but there are a couple of names on here that you were not seeing here on Thursday. Probably the 2 main ones there. Corey Day, who just got done running the Xfinity car over there at the big track, and Darren Pittman, who was so good here last year. Also, you can add in Jeb Sessoms and Harley White as new entries to the list here tonight. Sam Haferteep Jr., Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Haferteep actually locked into the heat races here this evening after his 3rd-place run on Thursday. Ty Gibbs is here along with Landon Crawley, Reese Moran, and several others in the pits outside of the back straightaway right now. Here are some of the track facts for you to take a look at from here at Fort Worth. The track opened back in 2000, and not too long after that, in 2001, the track record was established by Darren Pittman at 12.276 seconds. That was back on April 1st of 2001. And as you saw there, the length of the track, 4/10 of a mile, just shy of a half mile. And it looks like they've got this thing prepped and in perfect condition for our 31 competitors to get onto it here in just a few moments. We've got hot laps coming up. But before we can get down to that, we've got to talk to Tony Laporta, who is standing proudly by his new bike.
Chase, thank you very much. We talked about JT Power Sports out of Pennsylvania hooking me up here in 2025 with a brand new Pit Reporter transport vehicle. This is it right here. I didn't have it out in Victory Lane to show you yesterday. It is beautiful, it is fast, and I know what you're thinking. It does have a very strong pair of shocks on it, okay? So don't worry, the weight limit on this thing, we're not even close to touching it with me. We'll talk more about that probably later as the season goes on. Hey, Chase, you talked about notable entries. I got two things to say about that. You left out one notable entry, yourself. You're here. That's pretty notable. And Darren Pittman, you said he was awful good last time we were here racing in the fall. How good was Darren Pittman? Back-to-back second-place finishes. Back in the pit area, I got a chance to catch up with the Okie, who these days lives here in the Lone Star State. So the 69K, always recognizable. A little bit differently this weekend. Christopher Bell was in the car Thursday. Darren Pittman behind the wheel tonight, Saturday at the Texas Motor Speedway. Is it difficult, Darren, to go from Christopher driving this car to you getting into it? Are there changes that have to take place for you to get in?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. But the changes are not difficult for me. It's more the team. You know, obviously just changing seats, belts. We both use. He uses Ultra Shield belts, but obviously we use different configurations, and you know, I have a different throttle pedal, steering wheel location. Like, there's a lot of different things that drivers like, or you know, are specific about, and I'm no different, and neither is Christopher. So, you know, it's a pretty big change to change. I joked with Don earlier. I said, you're the only trailer in the pit area that has one car and two sets of seats and steering wheels and everything like that for the drivers. So it's definitely a pretty big change to the day off helps, but you know, definitely to change drivers, you know, over the course of one night would be a little bit more challenging.
Absolutely. And you originally from Oklahoma, just over the Red River, but these days you are a Texan. We were just talking about it. You educated me. You live out in East Texas, Tyler, these days. So this is kind of like a home race for you. What's it like getting to come out here? And hopefully you've got friends, family in the crowd hanging out with you tonight?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's and being from Oklahoma, we've had some family come down from Oklahoma, the Lawton area. This is as close as we get. We've got a decent following of friends and family here. I've also got, I think, 15 or 16 of our employees that are coming over to watch because they don't get to see what we do very often, and I love for them to come and be able to see the products that we build and see them in action and in the cars that we build them for. So we definitely got a pretty big presence here tonight, hoping we can just run good enough to, you know, showcase and make them proud.
Well, he ran very well, and I think you're not giving yourself enough credit, because when Darren Pittman was here in this 69K last fall, it was a different color, but he drove to back-to-back second-place finishes against the Kubota High Limit Racing High Rollers. Darren Pittman taking back over from Christopher Bell in the 69K for Kreitz Racing tonight. So for those of you keeping score at home, the Kreitz Racing 69K was driven by Christopher Bell back on Thursday night. That's why it's repping those Interstate Batteries and Joe Gibbs Racing partnership colors. But tonight, it is driven by the driver who picked up a pair of second-place finishes after starting on the pole each one of those two nights when we were here for the All-In Championship weekend back in 2024. And Chase, you left out, you didn't mention that you're not the only one who had got a trading card made for them. One of two right here. You've got one of two for Chase Rodman. I've got one of two. Same thing. They didn't make any more of these probably because there's not real high demand for them. Kinzer Johnson out of Yukon, Oklahoma, presented you and I with each of these here today, and massively grateful, super cool. That's a shot by my man Steve Flatt, and so Kinzer Johnson hooking Chase and I up with trading cards that maybe we'll trade with each other, but I kind of doubt it, to be honest with you. I'm holding on to this one. Massive thank you to Kinzer for coming out here this weekend and hooking us up with those. Folks, it's night number 2 of the Stockyard Stampede here in Fort Worth, Texas at the Texas Motor Speedway. Don't go anywhere. Don't even think about it. We're coming back with more live coverage here on FloRacing.
And welcome back here to the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. We do have cars on the track now, but we'll talk about one more thing before we get into who's on the racetrack for our first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. And that is, of course, your abilities to be able to wager on the racing with High Limit this season. You're taking a look at the odds for a couple of drivers to maybe finish better or worse than the numbers on your screen right there. You got Kyle Larson right there, 1.5, meaning for that bet to hit and you pick better than 1.5, he has to win tonight. Brad Sweet at 2.5, Darren Pittman 3.5, along with Brent Marks, Corey Day 6.5. You got Rico Abreu and Tyler Courtney at 6.5, and then you've got Ty Gibbs at 7.5. The Rodman risk for tonight, I'm going to be doing one of these every single weekend with High Limit. I've got Kyle Larson worse than 1.5. He was 9th in the feature last night. Brent Marks, last night's feature winner, I'll take him at better than 3.5. And then Rico Abreu finished up in 7th or 8th. I think it was 8th last night. I've got him at better than 6.5 for this evening, so we'll see if Rodman's risk can hit. If you want to learn more, go to nxtbets.com/playhlr. While you are there, you can claim a sign-up bonus and get involved a little bit more with High Limit Racing. While you're there, it'll show you which sports books are available in your particular region. And every single race that goes by, it seems like we get another state added to the outright winners, another state added to the DFS as well. So we got cars hitting the Speedway now for our first Dirt Draft practice session of the night. Let's introduce you to who's out there on the racetrack. Working into turn number 3 right now, that is the young driver out of Benton, Arkansas, driving the JB Henderson Construction, MPB Logistics, Messina Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, number 45X, that is Landon Crawley. Landon Crawley in the 45X. And also on the racetrack, making his way off of turn number 4 now, from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Curvagajanian Racing, Kubota Genuine Parts, Swan Island Sheet Metal, Whiskey Myers, number 24, that is Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24. And also on the Speedway, she comes to us out of Lindsay, Oklahoma, the Big Sky Speedway, Shriners Children, Spray Industries, JJM Performance, number 17W, it's Harley White. Harley White in the 17W. And there is the first car to qualify tonight out of Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Rename Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty Services, number 26 of Justin Peck. And also on the racetrack, coming to us out of Olive Branch, Mississippi, the NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting, Campers Inn, Easy Go, Maxima Racing Oils, number 17, Junior Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And behind him from Northport, Florida, the Global Link, Moxie Performance Sports Advisors, Creative Products, Street number 24D of Danny Sams III. And your final car in this session is Reese Moran out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, driving the Bob Hurley RV X9 chassis, Outlaw Wings, Rainbow Nut Butter, number 22M. So practice session number 1, you see the checkered flag in the air. The fastest driver so far appears to be Reese Moran in the 22M at a 16.228, 16228 the lap time for Reese Moran, but the drivers are not pulling off the racetrack. We see this a lot in dirt track racing when the track is fresh and new. The track is a little bit slimy, a little bit greasy, a little bit sloppy out there, and so these cars are now going to pace around slowly to help bring in the racetrack a little bit more. And usually when this happens, we do see increased lap times, faster lap times. Last night we saw lap times in the low 13s, so we're about 3 seconds off from what we saw here last night during Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. But right now we're in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, Tony.
Yeah, we sure are in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, Chase. And you talk about NXT bets and how folks can wager real life money and play games that can put them gambling on the race tonight. You can also gamble, air quotes, on the race, but you don't have to put up any of your real life money. That's good if you're a guy like me. You don't have a lot of that to gamble. You can get on Dirt Draft, and before the heat races start tonight, so all the way through Hot Laps and all the way through Capital Custom Trailers and Carts qualifying, you have a chance to find out who you think will be fast here tonight. Set your lineup of 5 drivers. You can't win if you don't play. Dirt Draft, log in right now.
Thank you very much, Tony. As we continue on, yeah, Dirt Draft, they got a new feature this year. It's leagues. So if you and your friends, or maybe you and your mom, or maybe you and your brother, or whatever, you and your dog, if they want to gamble, or not gamble, but Dirt Draft against each other, you can do it with leagues. So very cool thing they're doing there. If you don't want to play against 200 other people, you can play against just 5 with High Limit this year. So check out the league section on Dirt Draft as well, as we are now seeing the white flag in the air. Lap times now down in the 15-second bracket for Reese Moran. He's currently the fastest, 15.170. As I say that, Rico Abreu moves to the top of the board at a 14.920. So the checkered flag comes out and the caution lights come on. The fastest driver in our first practice session of the night in car number 24, it's Rico Abreu. Abreu's lap time, 14.723 seconds. He is followed by Justin Peck in car number 26 at 14.845. And then you've got Reese Moran in third in car number 22M. His lap time, 15.170. Harley White, fourth quick in 17W. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is fifth quick in the 17 Junior. His time, a 15.485. But so far the fastest is Rico Abreu at a 14.723. I would not expect us to see times close to what we saw yesterday. There was a lot of cloud cover, or make that on Thursday night. A lot of cloud cover on Thursday, a lot of rain the night before. The sun's been out all day here in Fort Worth, and so the track times will be a little bit slower than what we saw here on Thursday evening. As you can see, race fans, the next group of cars for their practice session is making its way onto the back straightaway now. The first car being pushed into the staging lane. He comes to us out of Apollo, Pennsylvania, driving the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasking Coating, Mountain Mechanical Bath Motorsports, number 42. That's Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42. And lined up to his inside, currently second in High Limit Racing point standings from Indianapolis, Indiana. Driving the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brandt Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge, number 7 BC. That is Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7 BC. And getting fired off now from El Paso, Texas, the Taco Casa, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Burkham Contracting, Ryder Racing Engines, number J2 of John Carney II. John Carney in the J2. And already picked up a win earlier on today in the Xfinity Series. Now behind the wheel of his sprint car from Elk Grove, California. The FloRacing, Finley Farms, HendrickCars.com, Fulkins Brothers Trucking Works Limited, JVI Group. Number 57 of Young Money, Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson in the 57. And one of our Race Routine Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders makes his way across the flag stand now from Locust Grove, Oklahoma. The Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13. It's Dason Persley. Dason Persley in the 13. And also on the racetrack from Crandall, Texas, the Precision Repro Graphics, Smiley's Race Products, Classic Starter and Alternator, Synergy HVAC, number 4 of Austin Mundy. Austin Mundy in the 4. And the current track record holder here at Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track, also on the Speedway, from Owasso, Oklahoma. The Interstate Batteries, Glenville Station, Jetco, Kreitz Oval Track Parts, number 69K of Darren Pittman. Darren Pittman in the 69K. Green flag is out on Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 2. Cy Lynch goes to the top on his opening time by at a 14.177. Kyle Larson behind him at 14.427. Tyler Courtney third quick at 14.474. So the checkered flag in the air, the all lights come on. The fastest driver in our second practice session of the night is the 7BC of Tyler Courtney. Lap time 14.101 seconds. He is followed by Cy Lynch in second at 14.177. Kyle Larson third overall, 14.427. Darren Pittman fourth at a 14.473. And Dason Persley in fifth at a 14.546. That's the top 5 fastest cars so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, followed by John Carney, Rico Abreu, Austin Mundy, Justin Peck, and Reese Moran. Our third of 5 practice sessions now making its way trackside, led out by the driver out of Liberal, Kansas, driving the Bybee Electric Superior Trailers, Mel Hamilton Racing, Donut Racing Engines, number 36. That is Jason Martin. Jason Martin in the 36. And driver who was not with us here on Thursday is also on the backstretch now from Scurry, Texas. The Kistler Racing Engines Top Choice Masonry Stevens Racing Holdings, number 99X of Dalton Stevens. Dalton Stevens and the 99X. And from Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis Block, ShopTruckParts.com, FillPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, number 5. It's 19-year-old Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in car number 5. Another driver that was not with us here on Thursday night from Clovis, California, the Myers Constructors, 4 Cs Construction, driven to save lives, Sander Engineering, Tally Oil, number 14 BC. That's Corey Day. Corey Day in the 14 BC. And from Clayburn, Texas, the Taco Casa, KH Suspension, Scott Baylor Racing Engines, Fox Drywall, number 01J of Jeb Sessoms. Jeb Sessoms in the 01J. And he was the hard charger on Thursday for the 3rd straight race at Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maxima Racing Oils, number 88 of Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in the 88. And final car on the racetrack from Enumclaw, Washington, the Kane Screen Print, Brumo's Collection, HenrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers, FC Traffic Control, number 9 of Casey Kane. Casey Kane in car number 9. Those are the drivers on track in practice session number 3 on night 2 of the Stockyard Stampede here at the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway. Green flag is out, waiting for the first couple of lap times to come across the timing screen. Brenham Crouch into the 3rd position. Now Corey Day up to 2nd, Tanner Thorson to 4th. So 3 drivers. Casey Kane goes to the top. 14.074 on his first time by the line. The checkered flag coming out now. So a new driver at the top of the practice sheet. It is the 14 BC of Corey Day. His lap time, 14.070 seconds. Corey Day now the fastest in dirt draft hot laps. Casey Kane is 2nd quick at a 14.074. Tyler Courtney 3rd. Tanner Thorson 4th at 14.129. And Cy Lynch in 5th. Rounding out the top 10 is Brenham Crouch, Jason Martin, Kyle Larson, Darren Pittman, and Dason Persley. So the lap time to beat here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps is now a 14.070 seconds set by Corey Day. Two more practice sessions left to run. Here is the 4th one, and leading them onto the racetrack, it is the driver from just down the road in Waco, Texas, driving the all-ball your alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print. Number 9R, that's the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the 9R. And also on the backstretch now from Seagoville, Texas, the DFWurethane.com, Texas Aeroplastics, Harville Racing number 85 of Colby Stubblefield. Colby Stubblefield in the 85. And also out there on the racetrack from Lebanon, Indiana, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, Sincal Demolition. Number 14, it's Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in the 14. And getting fired off now from Odessa, Texas, the Excel Compression, One Man and a Dog Lawn Care, Micah Tool by American Oil, number 2B of Brett Becker. Brett Becker in the 2B. And making his way into turn number 3 now from Charlotte, North Carolina, the pristineauction.com, Avanti Windows and Doors, number 84. That is Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs in the 84. And final car, actually make that 2 more cars left to fire off in turn number 3 now from Kennedale, Texas, the Express Car Wash, Abilene Powder Coating, Valvoline, One Way Technologies, number 79. That is Kyle Jones. Kyle Jones in car number 79. And your fast qualifier from last night is the final car to fire off here this evening from Clute, Texas, the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC American Table, B&L Holdings, number 87. The DJ of the night is Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87. So Reitzel, last night's fast time qualifier, had a mechanical problem during his heat race, fell out of a transfer spot to the dash and ended up in the B main. Charged up to the 11th position by the time the feature was over. Reitzel certainly looking for some better luck here this evening. See him right there in that new paint scheme. He debuted that at the Knoxville Raceway just a few weeks ago. And it has been fast. As the green lights come on for our 4th of 5 dirt draft practice sessions here tonight. Once again, the lap time to beat 14.070 by Corey Day. And Aaron Reitzel quickly beats it into the 13-second bracket. Spencer Baston right behind him. 13.955 for Reitzel and a 14.053 for Baston. They are now 1 and 2 atop the speed charts. Now Chase Randall jumps up to the 2nd spot in car number 9. Well, new driver at the top of the speed charts there at the conclusion of that 4th practice session. It is the 87 of Aaron Reitzel by 0.2 of a second at 13.794 seconds. Chase Randall was 2nd quick in the 9R, 14.009. And then Spencer Baston 3rd quick overall at 14.053. Corey Day 4th, Casey Kane 5th. Now Reitzel, I don't know if I saw something there or not, but he did pull off relatively early compared to the rest of the cars that were in that practice session. Don't know if there was an issue there or if he saw the checkered early or what and pulled off, but he was off the track much earlier than everybody else. He does have power all the way back to his trailer, though, so should be all right for Aaron Reitzel. As we now bring our final practice session of the night onto the racetrack, these are the drivers that finished 1st, 2nd, and 3rd on Thursday night. And under the High Limit Racing rule book, when the series races at 1 racetrack 2 nights in a row, the top 3 finishers in the feature from the first night are locked into the heat races and start 4th in the heat. They do not have to qualify tonight, so these 3 drivers will start 4th in the 3 heat races this evening due to finishing in the top 3 on Thursday. So let's introduce you to who they are. 2nd place finisher from Thursday night and the current series point leader getting fired off now from Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated, Factory Cane, FC Traffic Control. Number 49, that's the big cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in the 49. And the winner on Thursday night makes his way off at turn number 4 now from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs. Number 19, it's Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19. And the 3rd place finisher from Thursday from Sunnyvale, Texas, the Town Line Variety Gas and Grocery, Prime Powders, High Performance Lubricants, Kaiser Wheels, number 15H of Sam Haferteep Jr. Sam Haferteep in the 15H as we go green on our final practice session of the night. Brad Sweet quickly up to the second spot on the timing sheet. Brent Marks comes by in 11th. Sam Hafertepe Jr. 14th. Checkered is out, so there's 2 laps for these drivers. Sweet does not improve on his second time by the line. Brent Marks does. He goes 4th quick, 14.017. And Hafertepe, he will slow down on lap 2. And so that will do it for practice here tonight. Your fastest overall in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, the number 87 of Aaron Reitzel at 13.794 seconds. He is followed by Brad Sweet in second, Chase Randall third, Brent Marks fourth, and Spencer Baston in fifth. Corey Day, Casey Kane, Tyler Courtney, Ty Gibbs, and Tanner Thorson be the top 10 in Dirt Draft Hot Laps here this evening at the Stockyard Stampede. Up next is Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches qualifying. Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches are the #1 Renegade Toter Home dealer and the #1 Intech trailer dealer. No one sells more Toter Homes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Toter Home or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at CapitalRenegade.com. Qualifying, 2 cars on the racetrack at the same time. They will go for 2 laps around the speedway, and the best of their lap times will then line them up for a heat race later on in the program. And here come our first 2 qualifiers onto the track now. First to clock in, out of Monrovia, Indiana, driving the Skagit Speedway, Race Trading Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty Services, number 26, it's Justin Peck. And also on the racetrack from Lindsay, Oklahoma, the Big Sky Speedway, Shriners Children's, Bray Industries, JJM Performance, number 17W, it's Harley White. Lap number 1 for Justin Peck, it's a 14.095, 14095. Lap 1 for Harley White, 14.689, 14689. Justin Peck, 24th in the feature on Thursday, had a mechanical problem. Lap number 2 is going to slow down to a 14.415. First one better, 14.095. Harley White on lap number 2, she will be a little bit better, 14.522, 14.522. So Justin Peck sets the bar in qualifying at 14.095. Next 2 qualifiers hitting the speedway now. From Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Bob Hurley RV X9 Chassis Outlaw Wings Rainbow Nut Butter, number 22M of Reese Moran. And from Benton, Arkansas, driving the JB Henderson Construction, MPV Logistics, Messina Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, number 45X of Landon Crawley. Lap number 1 for Reese Moran. He's second quick, 14.311, 14311. Crawley on lap 1. He is now second quick at 14.278, 14.278. Crawley, best career high limit finish on Thursday night, was 7th. Lap number 2 for Moran will slow down to a 14.364. Landon Crawley, lap number 2. He will slow down as well, but he is second quick. Meanwhile, Reese Moran is third of 4 cars so far in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Next 2 qualifiers rolling onto the speedway now. From St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerr-Magazinian Racing, Kubota Genuine Parts, Swan Island Sheet Metal, Whiskey Myers, number 24 of Rico Abreu. And from Olive Branch, Mississippi, the NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting Campers Inn, Easy Go, Maximum Racing Oils, number 17, Junior of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Lap number 1 for Rico. He is to the top, 13.827, 13287. Lap 1 for Stenhouse. He is 6th quick, 14.613, 14.613. Rico, 8th place run on Thursday night. Lap number 2 for him is going to slow down to a 13.976. And for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on lap number 2, he will improve to 5th quick, 14.423, 14.423. Rico Abreu now the fastest so far in qualifying at 13.827. Meanwhile, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 5th of 6 cars so far. From Northport, Florida, driving the Global Link, Moxie Performance Sports Advisors, Creative Products Group, number 24D of Danny Sams III. And from Crandall, Texas, the Precision Repro Graphics, Smiley's Race Products, Classic Starter and Alternator, Synergy HVAC, number 4 of Austin Mundy. Lap 1 for Danny Sams, he's going to be 3rd quick, 14.134. Lap 1 for Austin Mundy, he's 8th overall, 14.629, 14.629. Danny Sams 23rd in the feature on Thursday night. Lap number 2 for him is going to slow down to a 14.247. And for Austin Mundy on lap number 2, he slows down as well. He's going to be 8th quick overall. Meanwhile, Danny Sams jumps up to 3rd overall in the 24D, but it's still all about Rico Abreu, as we are still very early in the qualifying time trials here tonight. Up next from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brandt Professional Agriculture, Gamebridge, number 7 BC, here's Tyler Courtney. And from Elk Grove, California, driving the FloRacing, Finley Farms, HinderCars.com, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Works Limited, JVI Group, number 57, here's Kyle Larson. Lap 1 for Tyler Courtney, 2nd quick, 14.035, 14035. Lap 1 for Larson, he's going to be 4th overall, 14.095, identical lap to Justin Peck. Tyler Courtney 5th in the feature on Thursday. Lap number 2 for him is going to slow down to a 14.076. And Kyle Larson, lap number 2, he will improve. Actually, he will slow down. No, actually, he did improve. 14.095. His second lap was better than Justin Peck, who he was tied with there. So Larson's second lap faster than Peck, so he moves into the 3rd spot. Here come your next 2 qualifiers. Out of Owasso, Oklahoma, the Interstate Batteries, Glenville Station, Jetco, Kreitz Oval Track Parts 69K of Darren Pittman. And from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13 of Dason Persley. Lap 1 for Darren Pittman is going to be 5th quick, 14.098, 14098. Lap 1 for Dason Persley, he is 6th quick, 14.115, 14115. Pittman, fast time both nights here in October of last year. Lap number 2 for him is 3rd quick, 14.084, 14084. Lap 2 for Dason Persley, he will slow down to a 14.188. His first lap was better, 14.115. Darren Pittman ends up in 3rd, and Dason Persley 6th of 12 cars so far. Next 2 cars rolling onto the Speedway now. From El Paso, Texas, the Taco Casa, Messina Valley Transportation, Burkham Contracting, Ryder Racing Engines, number J2 of John Carney. And from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati, Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasket Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports, number 42 of Cy Lynch. Lap 1 for Carney. He will be 13th overall, 14.837, 14.837. Cy Lynch's opening lap time is going to be 3rd quick, 14.060, 14060. Lap 2 for Carney. He will improve to 12th quick, 14.428, 14428. Cy Lynch on his second time by is going to slow down to a 14.203. His first lap was better, 3rd quick overall for Cy Lynch at 14.060, and John Carney 12th of 14 with 14 left to qualify. Up next from Scurry, Texas, driving the Kistler Racing Engines, Top Choice Masonry, Stevens Racing Holdings, number 99X of Dalton Stevens. And from Liberal, Kansas, the Bybee Electric, Superior Trailers, Mel Hamilton Racing, Donna Racing Engines, number 36 of Jason Martin. Jason Martin in the 36, Dalton Stevens in the 99X. Lap 1 for Stevens will be 15th overall, 15.067. Lap 1 for Jason Martin, he's going to be 13th quick at 14.473, 14.473. Dalton Stevens did not make the feature with high limit twice last year here at Texas. He's better on lap 2, 14.879. And for the birthday boy, Jason Martin, he's going to be better on lap number 2, 12th quick overall, 14.424. Jason Martin 12th and Dalton Stevens 16th with 12 more cars left to qualify. Your next qualifier comes us out of Enumclaw, Washington. It's the Kane Screen Print, Bruno's Collection, HinderCars.com, Caravan Trailers, FC Traffic Control, number 9 of Casey Kane. And from Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports, The Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Kane, Maximum Racing Oils, number 88 of Tanner Thorson. Lap 1 for Casey Kane. He'll be 9th quick, 14.219, 14219. Thorson on lap 1. He's 11th overall, 14.292, 14292. Thorson has scored the last 3 in a row Hard Charger Awards with high limit. Lap number 2 for Kane, going to slow down to a 14.236. Thorson on lap 2, he will slow down as well to a 14.301. So Casey Kane 9th and Tanner Thorson 11th of 18 cars, with Rico Abreu still showing the way at a 13.827, the only driver in the 13-second bracket so far. Chiming in next from Lubbock, Texas, Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, ShotSharParts.com, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, number 5 of Brenham Crouch. And your next qualifier as well from Clovis, California, the Myers Constructors, Four Seas Construction, Driven to Save Lives, Sander Engineering, Tally Oil, number 14 BC of Corey Day. Lap 1 for Brenham is 13th overall, 14.344. Corey Day's opening lap is going to be 12th quick at 14.298, 14.298. Brenham Crouch finished 15th on Thursday night. Lap number 2 for him is going to slow down to a 14.570. And for Corey Day on lap number 2, he will slow down as well to a 14.377. So Corey Day 12th and Brenham Crouch 14th with 8 more cars left to time trial. Couple of Texans now on the racetrack for their qualifying runs. From Odessa, the Excel Compression, One Man and a Dog Lawn Care, Micah Tool by American Oil, number 2B of Brett Becker. And from Kennedale, Texas, the Express Car Wash, Abilene Powder Coating, Valvoline, One Way Technologies, number 79, here is Kyle Jones. Kyle Jones, 79, Brett Becker, 2B. Lap 1 for Becker, he is going to be 21st overall, 15.124. Kyle Jones, lap number 1, he will be 20th quick, 14.869, 14.869. Both of these drivers did not make the show with us on Thursday. Lap 2 for Becker, he will slow down to a 15.371. And for Kyle Jones on lap number 2, he's going to slow down as well to a 15.022. So Kyle Jones was 20th and Brett Becker was 22nd of the 22 qualifiers so far. From Lebanon, Indiana, driving the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, Simcal Demolition, number 14 here is Spencer Basted. And the DJ of the night also on the racetrack from Clute, Texas, the Falcons Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC, American Table, B&L Holdings, number 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Lap 1 for Spencer is going to be 14th quick at 14.329, 14.329. Aaron Reitzel, lap number 1, second quick, 13.977, 13.977. Spencer Basin on lap number 2, he will improve to 11th quick, 14.228, 14.228. Reitzel on lap number 2 is going to slow down, 14.164, but Aaron Reitzel jumps up to second quick in car number 87, 13.977. Meanwhile, Spencer Basin 11th quick of 24 cars. From Waco, Texas, the all-by-your alternative, infamous 8 Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print, number 9R. Here is the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. And from Charlotte, North Carolina, the pristineauction.com, Avanti Windows and Doors, number 84, it's Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs in 84, Chase Randall in 9R. Randall on lap 1, 17th, 14.410. Ty Gibbs on lap 1, 21st, quick, 14.479. Chase Randall, best finish of the season on Thursday night with a 4th place finish. Lap number 2 for Chase Randall. He will improve on lap time, stay 17th overall. Ty Gibbs, he will slow down to a 14.536. First lap better, 14.479. Chase Randall 17th and Ty Gibbs 21st with 2 more cars left to qualify. From Seagoville, Texas, driving the DFWUrethane.com, Texas Aeroplastics, Harville Racing, number 85. Here is Colby Stubblefield. Colby Stubblefield in the 85, and it looks like our final qualifier did not get pushed off there. Do see him in the lane, so we'll see what happens here with Jeb Sessoms. But Colby Stubblefield on the racetrack right now, coming across the line to take his first lap, and it's going to be 24th quick at 14.846, 14.846. Colby Stubblefield, a 305 sprint car winner here at Texas Motor Speedway back on March 28th. Lap number 2 for Colby Stubblefield. He's going to slow down to a 14.912. His first lap better, 14.846. So your final qualifier only getting 1 lap on the clock due to missing a spot in the timing order there from Claiborne, Texas, to Taco Casa, KH Suspension, Scott Baylor Racing Engines, Fox Drywall, number 01J. It's Jeb Sessoms. Jeb Sessoms in the 01J coming across the line for his 1 and only lap. It's going to be 28th overall at 15.882, 15.882. And so that is going to do it for qualifying here tonight. How about it for your Capital Custom Trailer qualifying quick timer tonight, Rico Abreu. The number 24 circled Texas Motor Speedway in 13.827 seconds. Aaron Reitzel second, Tyler Courtney third, Cy Lynch fourth, and Darren Pittman in fifth. Kyle Larson ends up in sixth, Justin Peck seventh, Jason Persley eighth, Danny Sams ninth, and 10th went to Casey Kane. Well, race fans, before we go to break here on Flow, did want to say a quick shout out to our friends at Roto-Rooter who are hanging out here tonight in the suites. So thanks to Roto-Rooter for being a good partner with High Limit Racing. We appreciate y'all being here. And also a shout out to Zimmerer Kubota, also up in the suites tonight. Appreciate your support of this event. Race fans, right now we've got a Fanfest going on. If you don't know what that is, all of the drivers that you just saw on the racetrack are going to be going back to the t-shirt area behind the main grandstands right now. So if you would like to meet your favorite driver, get a picture, get an autograph, go buy some of their merchandise, go over to the t-shirt area behind the grandstands on the turn one side. You'll see all the t-shirt trailers over there, and all the drivers are heading over there right now for about a 20-ish minute fan fest before we get into opening ceremonies here this evening. So if you would like to meet your favorite driver, we highly encourage you do that right now. A fan fest going on behind the main grandstands in turn one. Tony?
Hey, Chase, if fans get back there and they get a chance to visit the merchandise trailers, they can pick up some of their favorite drivers and teams merchandise, but they can also buy a t-shirt with your face on it. Is that true?
Yeah, your face is also on it, though.
Yeah, my face is on it, but we don't really want to promote that part of it.
It takes up a lot of room.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to push my face on it. We think we'll have better odds of selling it if people know they can buy a t-shirt, a funny t-shirt, by the way, because we like to have fun at Kubota High Limit Racing. You can pick up a t-shirt with Chase Rodman and maybe my face on it as well. So there you go. Run, don't walk to the t-shirt trailers.
Yeah, limited supply of those because we know nobody wants them, but they're available back there in the High Limit Racing merchandise trailer, which is located right next to the rest of the merch trailers as well. So once again, a fan fest going on right now. We can already see a bunch of people back there taking advantage of this, as the drivers will be back there in just a few moments to sign autographs, take pictures, and sell their merchandise. We'll be back here on FloRacing with more action from the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track here at the Stockyard Stampede.
I'm Rico Abreu, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on Flow.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact